It is A-okay, man.
It's always A-okay.
We good out here. Hey, we live.
Hey, yes, we are tapped
live.
into the. We are tapped into the tapped in.
Is we live? Hey, man.
Is we live, Charlamagne?
You got your drink. I'm just drinking water today. Nothing.
I had my coffee, dog. I'm good. I'm good.
Hey,
I was on a fast, like a 21-day fast. I ain't drinking like 80 days. I'm playing. It was 14, but I keep it clean though. But
keep it clean.
I ain't drinking like 2 weeks, so this is my first day drinking, and you know what? I feel good.
You know, tomorrow
tomorrow
starts my 2 days.
2 days.
Working out? Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up, brother?
I gotta get in mania shape, baby.
Oh yeah,
mania shape.
Mania shape. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not doing anything, I still would like to look presentable in my outfits.
Oh, of course, I get that. I completely understand that, brother, and I love that for you. I feel like I can handle that.
That's dope. That's dope right there. Yeah, bro. I mean, health is wealth.
And you know what? Let's start the show. We're up. Yo, everybody. What number are we on?
153.
153.
153. Damn. That's how. You know what? Let me ask y'all a question before we really get started. How y'all feeling about the visual? Because I've been getting a lot of compliments and a lot of praise about the fact that people can see our expressions on our face. But how do y'all feel about it?
Man,
I'm good. I'm here.
I've been.
I'm about to say I'm happy with it. You already knew what my number one pet peeve about doing it was.
I can't remember.
Oh, it was. I wanted us to be a little bit more consistent. That's all I asked before we did it.
Are you doing a podcast next week?
No, it's a Super Bowl.
Come on, man.
I mean, we can try to do it in the AM before the.
You want to do? You want to do like reasonable and do it like 11 a.m.
No, because I'll be at work. I'm doing a pod. I'm doing a pod. Yeah, I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't be there.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
My goal. I don't care what y'all do. My goal is not to miss another year or another week. So from this day forward, there will be a Black Guy Wrestling podcast at least every week, unless an emergency happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I will be here 99% of the time.
That's fine. Yep. That's fine. You know what I mean? But as long as we are with it and we are consistent, we can do no harm and we can do no wrong.
Absolutely. Say nothing.
So Nolo, go ahead and do the intro.
Welcome everyone to the 153rd volume of the Black Guy Wrestling Podcast. Welcome everyone.
Happy Black History Month, brothers.
Happy Black History Month. Absolutely.
Yes.
Hearts can't come at our neck this year.
I've been retweeting everything. I'm not gonna post somebody in June and then be like, where were you in February? No, we right here. We locked in.
We here, baby. Yo, because she came at our neck.
You know. Yes. Yes, out here making us look crazy. But outside of that, fellas, how are y'all doing, man? What's going on?
Shit, I'm blessed, man. I feel good. You know what I mean?
It's a beautiful
good
day.
little weekend wrestling. Good, you know what I'm saying? Great start of a beautiful month in history. About to make some new
Not for Cody.
history. So I'm feeling good.
No, not for
Codis.
It's not.
It ain't his month. I mean, I know he's an ally, but it ain't his month.
Hey,
it honestly might not be his year, to be honest.
I don't know.
It just may not be his time ever.
Oh, so you practically saying never? Like he is?
I didn't say that. I was just
he is his daddy's son.
He could be.
Damn.
That's not what I'm hoping for.
I don't know, man. What you were saying in pre-production was a little different. Come on, hey, look.
Okay, Joe. All right, Joe.
Boy,
this is what
flipping more than Dominique Dawes, ain't it?
I see you, Joe. That's what's up. But no, that's not what I said. I just said that he knows what it is and he should get over it for now. And that's all right, just like everybody else should.
Wow.
Look, I think WWE got a good story going. I think what we was used to was, quick, microwavable, not even microwavable, something just quick, like build something, go to Mania, then whatever was going to accumulate was going to end that Mania. I think they got something long and drawn out, you know what I mean, that's going to go past Mania. They even build another premium live event to build off of this story or what whole, but I think they're doing what I think they're doing was with lack of a corny term, best for business.
And you know what? I think it's time. We do need to talk about it, and I feel like that's going to be the bulk of our conversation. Real quick, Nolo, can you send Reasonable the link, because I can't do it on my phone on my end, if possible.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, perfect. Yeah. But while we do that, let's do the introductions. Coming in first, it is me, Scotland Underwood.
Coming in second, it is your BGW prediction champion, Solo Nolo Green.
And coming in last but not least, let's see a booty that may be a feast. You know what I'm saying? The number one Louisiana beast, the ones that love they wings real, all flat and ass real fat. No one never late for the party. DMac motherfucking tardy, man.
Come on, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One time for the brother Chaz. He is on assignment right now.
Yep.
Just so everybody knows, we are up against NXT right now. So we do have a backstage correspondent now on BGW, the lovely Madison Fox. Yes, yes, she will be providing live reports as NXT is going on. So,
hey,
yes, she's locked in. She's locked in.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
Yes, I have a special relationship with Miss Fox. So,
that's lit.
And of course, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. No, that's done, bro.
That's done, dog.
Yeah,
we don't do that no more.
We retired it.
No, it can't be. This is the only reason why I do this fucking pod. We gotta do the boom, 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 and then boom.
No,
there's no way of doing it. We can't do it.
That's the only reason why I'm relevant.
Let's give it a try then. Let's give it a try.
You want to go back?
Let's try.
Let's give it a try.
All right.
You can find us. Ready?
Okay.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts.
Boom.
See, already.
Damn.
We've already failed. Too much of a gap. So yeah, you can find us on all streaming sites. On YouTube, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, and follow us on everywhere. Yeah, XYZ, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It hurt. Look, it hurts my heart that we can't do it. That's the only reason why I still did this pod too.
Damn, I did it because I love y'all.
I mean, that's part of it, but not really.
I guess. When you don't have the title, I love you a little bit more.
Yeah,
I understand that. I get it.
Yeah,
I understand that. Hey,
You about to lose it.
They hate me because they hate me.
Road Warriors.
Remember that.
You about to lose it tonight too, so it's all good, man. It's all good.
I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm not gonna lose it to
man.
you because we got the same picks.
Oh no, we need another tiebreaker too because
Right.
I think you know what. Let's lock it in now. Who takes the losing fall in the Dusty Cup?
Corbin.
I say Corbin too. That nigga's whack.
God damn it!
What do you mean?
You know what? I'm making an executive decision.
I got Carmella.
I'm making an executive decision. I'm using my Beyonce card. If me and Nolo tie, the title goes to DMac.
No, we're not doing that.
Yes.
We're not. No, we're not doing that. I disagree.
Nah.
Main reason I never liked you. Main reason I never liked you, bro.
Thank you. No. No.
That's crazy.
Thank you. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I can't get the goddamn title.
Today
it's all good. We just go to the next one.
Today was the
fuck. I don't give a fox either. I want the title.
I was gonna say just based on that comment, tonight is the last appearance of Madison Fox on this podcast since we want to choose sides and whatnot. But it's all
she
good.
Didn't choose sides. She chose the side of right.
We're going to be joined by Reasonable Wrestling Podcast a little later, but let's go ahead and get the topics flowing, right? So, shall we do the sequence of events from the Rumble to Friday? I feel like that. I feel like that makes
more sense. Yeah.
Okay. We don't have to really talk about the Rumble. So, but let's talk about the important thing: the domino effect. Mm-hmm. In the midst of the Royal Rumble match, Drew McIntyre hit the DDT. Boom. Does it often, right? Who did he do it to? Pulled pork, Phil. Because as soon as that body hit the ground, over tricep tore, right? CM Punk officially out for WrestleMania. I believe they said turnaround would be somewhere between 4 to 6 months. Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken. So that throws a big wrench in a lot of the plans. And like I said, it's the first domino that falls. But let's stop there. Thoughts on CM Punk's promo on Monday? It was very highly emotional. Obviously, a big selling point of Mania this year was CM Punk possibly getting the opportunity to finally main event a WrestleMania. And now he has to wait. So what do we think of the promo? What do we think of the injury itself? Do we feel bad? Do we feel indifferent? How do we feel?
We got one.
Hold on.
Me personally. Hey,
yo,
what's up, guys? Yeah, we're just wrapping up our shit. I'm glad to have you. I'm glad that you guys had us over. Hit us up to join this joint.
Oh yeah, this was very impromptu. Very impromptu.
Yeah,
we love it. We love impromptu.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it sometimes, you know.
Yes, sir.
What y'all talking about? Chris is about to join us soon, I assume, but because we just ended our shit.
Okay, yeah. So for those that are tapping in, we got Chitty Bane, and we're gonna have Chris from Reasonable Wrestling Podcast, our brethrens in this space we love very dearly. You know what I mean? And
my brothers.
You know what I mean? So now we're about to talk about. We're pretty much going through the sequence of events from when CM Punk tore his tricep to when The Rock tore Cody's heart out of his chest. And you know what I mean? A lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain going through. But I was asking everybody, what did we think about the Punk injury itself, and essentially, how do we feel about Punk missing WrestleMania?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. Good.
Oh man, Punk injury. I saw it immediately when it happened. I remember I hit the group chat with Chris and a couple of our friends. I was like, yo, is Punk injured? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, he looks injured to me, man. Like, as soon as he hit the Future Shock DDT, he grabbed his arm. And I'm like, he finished the match. I'm like, all right, cool. I came on the pod that night. We talked about the WrestleMania finishes. I was like, I think Punk might have got injured, but he finished the match. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's good. Next day, the news comes out that he has the tricep torn. And I'm like, damn, he's going to be out for a minute. So it was a gut punch because I think the CM Punk Seth storyline could have been one of the biggest, most one of the biggest stories going into WrestleMania if they really did it right. I think the promos were gonna be crazy. I thought the interactions between the two were going to really make for an environment in Philly that we're gonna be like deciding between Seth Rollins and CM Punk, where the fans would be torn. So I was really eager to see that. But with the injury, I was like, damn, that's not gonna happen. That's out of the way. But the next night on Raw, with the promo he did, I thought he did a great job. Yeah, it was very, very impassionate. I thought it was just real him, like just him talking from his, damn, Braun Breaker just almost cut his head off. I'm watching the show. He hit the ropes and he hit so fast that the rope went over his head, almost fucking cut him. But he fixed it.
Braun got a crazy spirit, though. He does everything with intensity.
He hits the rope so sharp, yo.
But that joker fast as shit.
Yeah,
he got Christian McCaffrey type speed, bro.
Dude, he's a different type of beast, man, for real. I can't wait to see him on the main roster. But yeah, the next night with the promo with CM Punk, super passionate. I was like, man, maybe maybe it's not in the cards. But then he said, nah, he's gonna come back and everything like that. But when Drew came out, and he said to him that, listen, I'm not a spiritual guy, and but I prayed for this. And it's true. I was like, man, I love it, man. I love the fact that we can set things up even with the injury. That alone gave me faith that, like, all right, they know what they're doing with CM Punk. We've been here before, with Cody's pectoral. People get injured, Seth with his knee in the past, and they come back stronger. And I'm hoping that CM Punk can do that. And I think that people are going to be excited and still to see him come back later on this year, hopefully, and hopefully by Survivor Series or something, and have that angle with Drew and lead him to maybe then win the Royal Rumble, like happened with Cody with his pec tear. And I looked at it from that point of view where CM Punk has never won a Royal Rumble, and this might be a blessing in disguise for him to get himself right back in shape, fix his whole, and set the kind of the landway, because it was kind of abrupt him coming to WWE. Now we can set the pathway for him to have that moment next year. And it sucks because, I didn't want that to happen to him, but I like that they're now pivoting in a great direction. And the way that Drew has been on his tear lately, and I think this is the best Drew we've seen ever, honestly, where his promos are so authentic. He just talks. He's not like he's like a aggressive heel that just like, he's going to beat somebody up. No, he just talks his truth, whether you like it or not. And he's not holding back any punches. He doesn't care if you agree with him. He doesn't care if you hurt your feelings. He's going to talk his shit. And with that being said, he should also be getting a WrestleMania moment of some sort going up because he's been epic. But the injury, man, all in all, I always hope the best for CM Punk. And in the long run, I hope that, this pays off for him and he does get his moment next year.
Yes, sir. Chris, what's up, man, guy?
What's going on, man? How y'all doing? The Street Profits are in the building.
Come on, let's go.
So to caveat on what you just said, though, because we had like a little discussion over in pre-production about, Drew's character now. And we was on a little debate of, is he going to stay now? And I kind of threw in a little cliffhanger is that, and I was agreeing with you with Drew's character is slick better now than it was when he had the title. So do you think now with Drew's character being as good as it is and not necessarily him having a belt, do you think with that alone will keep him in the range of, re-signing with the WWE, or did he secretly re-sign with the WWE?
I think he's going to come back. I think that.
I don't know, man.
I think Drew's coming back. I was
going to say that it would be apropos if he left, right? Like, when we talk about stories, right? You can't. We just got done with our pod, and Chidi was like, "It's just a story we're telling. It's the story you're telling. You got to tell a story." So the obvious story to tell is that CM Punk Drew would do business. Drew don't want to do no fucking business with CM Punk. Like, why would he? Why why would he want to do business with CM Punk if he has to wait to do business with CM Punk? You see what I'm saying? Like a torn tricep with CM Punk, old ass nigga. Like Drew can have a couple more main event matches. He can have a title run. He can get another max offer somewhere else and dip. Like he don't that don't happen.
So
Can I say something real quick?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, right now we just mentioned that just the best Drew we've ever seen, and he's have time on the mic and he's talking his story that is very relevant to WWE. Him leaving to where AEW, that they don't tell stories, like why, and just it would completely just like disintegrate the interest we have in Drew right now because they don't fucking.
So, in my opinion, I feel like what Drew's doing is also strategic as far as upping his worth again. I feel like Drew is very good at upping his worth when the time comes. We saw it when he left in 2014. You know what I mean? Like he had to leave WWE to reinvent himself. And I feel like Drew, after the pandemic run and everything like that, like he lost sense of like the character. Like Drew wasn't like must-see TV. Like he was the heroic babyface. But
bro, and how popular he was at that time, right? Claymore kicked Brock out the
ring, right? But then it was just
Baron Corbin just did a tope suicida. It's kind of crazy.
He did a tope. Oh shit!
Yeah,
but like I said,
but also go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying, but with Drew, I feel like if he, let's say hypothetically, he hasn't re-signed and his contract's up for Mania, he's upping his worth. So when the time comes, he has a valid reason to saying like, yo, I've upped my game. I've done what I've needed to do. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely think, and we'll dive more into this when we get to the Cody Rock situation. I really thought the best pivot was to be Seth, Drew, and Sammy at Mania. If you're not gonna we're not getting Punk and Seth, that's the best route that you can go. But if we're going,
that's a fantastic story.
That's what I'm saying. That is a full circle moment in itself. But
Sammy being the champion too can hold the title down. He can for sure hold Raw down as well too.
Yeah.
And Drew and Sammy, Drew still chasing Sammy, a new champion to chase. That adds total fucking equity to Drew's character and more venom to his character as well.
Nolo, what do you think?
I think that Drew is out of there personally, but the stories that y'all are telling, I would love to see it. And I would like him, like say Sammy wins the belt and then Drew continues to chase after him, being the sadistic psychopath that he is. I would love to see it. Even if like he signed on and then he finally gets his big moment in front of everybody, even though he's going to be a heel, so it's not going to be the same. Oh, for real? Damn.
Yep.
Yo, it's crazy right now. They're going to him right now on that match.
Bro going stupid. Brian doing this last hurrah.
They're all going crazy right now.
He doing his final adieu. You know?
Hey, they won that bitch.
I was about to say, yeah. I'm about to say on mine. I already got who the winner was.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't see the winner until just now. All right,
who won?
Wow.
Who won?
Corbin and Braun.
Corbin.
That's the classic.
Okay.
Yeah, he killed that shit.
This is my thing, right? All right, so maybe I'm digging a little too deep, but fuck it. But with the kid, look who's writing all of this shit right now. Triple H, right? He's the head of creative. He's never been the top dog, but he's been a big player when it comes to that. All right, now look at the world of sports. Who's been the best coaches? It's never been a coach that's been like a Jordan-esque player or somebody that's been like the top in the aspect of sports and in whatever field of sports was, but they've been like right there, maybe the 6th man or 7th person off the bench or 12th person. So what I'm getting at is Triple H understands the role of, okay, we're gonna build all these big ass players, and he can entice them to stay in the company without them having to be the either the man or have the belt. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's my gist of them keeping Drew McIntyre over there.
I think Drew McIntyre ain't going nowhere. I think that they just can't let him go. Like he's one of the only big men they got that is like super relevant, you know? And I don't think Drew wants to leave WWE. Like I just don't see him leaving for what? Like why is he leaving? If he gets a contract that's good enough, why change his life just to go wrestle elsewhere? I think that he has now found himself just now, like really found the perfect, you know, form of himself, that he now is not just wrestling random IC championship matches and just shoehorning himself into angles with Sheamus. He is genuinely has had bangers of matches all year and now has a character to boot. I don't see him just leaving. I think April is when his contract is coming up. And by April, first of all, I don't think they would be pushing him like this if they weren't going to sign him. If they didn't have some kind of handshake kind of deal where it's like, all right, we have an idea that you'll be coming back and we're going to sign him back, especially with the way that the business is going right now. Damn, WWE is on a whole nother level with Netflix deal and everything coming down the line. They're not going to let talent out, especially with AEW around. They're not going to let talent just leave that are main eventers.
I wanted to say this. Bryan Danielson was on TV before he left. Jon Moxley was on TV before he left. Claudio Castagnoli was on TV before he left. It's not. It's just like football. It's not unknown for WWE to get them last rushing yards about your ass before they release you. You know
what do they all have in common? They all were disgruntled, and they all honestly were. There was no plans to use Daniel Bryan past the WrestleMania. They wanted to take him down a notch in his.
What about Edge?
Same thing. They wanted to take him down in his uses. He said it himself. They didn't want to use him as much. They would bring him in as sparing times.
They all didn't have Triple H leading the fucking creative either. They had an old ass washed up Vince.
Here's the thing with Drew though, right? I agree with Chitty. I genuinely don't think he wants to leave WWE, but I feel like if he doesn't get paid what he feels like he's worth, I feel like Drew would test the waters of free agency. And if AEW came with an offer that was way better to his liking, I do think he would take it. He probably won't be happy, but I feel like he would take it.
Okay. What I would add to that, or what I would ask you guys, is when Chidi says that there's no reason for him to leave, that's true. But we are also literally about to talk, or we just talked, or will continue to talk about, there's only a certain amount of spots. And that's what these motherfuckers care about. It ain't really about the bread, because again, if it's about the bread, then everybody shouldn't piss the fit that The Rock is coming back, because we just say he boosts business for everybody to get a bigger gate, for everybody to get a bigger house number, for everybody to get a bigger pay-per-view buy. Like,
I think it's both.
Merch. But what I'm saying is Drew. We talk about we talk about power rankings. You dig? Like, Drew's up there, correct? He's up there. He's one of the most over and viable heels that they have on a roster. Now, when you was like big men, they don't have big men. If they bring Braun in the way they brought that motherfucker in the Rumble,
Braun Breaker ain't Drew. I'm talking about like. I
understand that, but what I am saying is that we have also saw that nobody's like irreplaceable.
Absolutely, I'm not saying that.
Nobody
with that, right?
Nah, no one's irreplaceable.
But why wouldn't they give him a contract? That's my whole thing. Like, they're gonna give him a contract. That
I'm not saying, but that's what I'm. This is my thing. That is how you always kept people when they wasn't a other option. The thing is that we're going to give you money. You're going to sit. You're not going to be creatively expounded on, and you're going to be disgruntled, and you're going to get your paycheck, and you're going to be mad anyway. If we're just talking about Drew's looking at it, and he said, and we're talking about telling the story, and he has to win a championship and everything like that. But if we say Sammy is the face to have the championship and everything like that, if we say Cody's not going to go for the championship and go after Seth type, nigga, Drew's third already.
Drew is the number one heel on Raw.
So
He's first of all not only the big man, he's number one.
Now,
heel.
Damien, you're taking Damien out of that?
Yes, I am. Damien's not.
Yeah, no, Damien's not. Yeah, Damien's not. Damien's not.
Dang, we ain't have to do that. We ain't have to do that. For free,
Damien's not. But
he's so dirty.
So how about let's think about this. Let's go back to pulled pork Phil for a second, right? With his tricep being torn and with him being out, and clearly they've set up a return feud for Punk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be Punk and Drew, right? With that being said, let's say Drew stays and he's, you know what I mean? Like, he's seeing the big money match with Punk. But what happens if Punk, let's say their first match, Punk gets hurt again?
He Hangman Pages it. Or he John Moxley it. Because he got a history of this nigga putting himself on the line and taking himself right off the line.
I mean, he tore both triceps in the past couple of years. I mean, what else can he tear? Like, I mean, bro, at this point,
Achilles.
I love
Achilles.
you.
Oh
Like,
God, let's not speak that into existence, bro. I hope he doesn't get injured, but he could.
I just
feel
feel that
mine real fast.
Yeah. I just feel that when it comes to Punk right now, like personally, I actually thought Monday was going to be him announcing his retirement because in my mind, I just feel like at this point, his body is telling him like, yo, we can't do this no more. Like I know what you want, but my body, I'm telling you what we can't do. You know what I mean? So Nolo, what do you think, man? Like, you know what I mean? You're a huge CM Punk fan.
I do like Phil. I'm good with Phil. I don't know. I kind of feel like the moment he gets back, he might be able to give us a little bit, but you need to put him on ice. He can't be out there wrestling but so many times because we see what has happened.
Bro,
when Phil gets going a little bit,
he wrestled one time.
He wrestled twice. He wrestled down in Madison Square Garden. That was just the only one that we saw. But
my goodness,
he wrestled twice.
Bro, he started the engine, cuz you can't drive the car if you don't turn it on, my nigga. Like, I don't know what you want him to do. He had to wrestle down, and he went down to the PC. I watched the thing. He ran ropes with Lexus King and Carmelo and Braun Breaker and Trick Willie, and he got a good lather in, my nigga. He wanted to get his legs up under him, and he fucking tore a tricep on a DDT.
All right, listen. CM Punk is 45 years old. Rock is 50 something, 50.
AJ
51.
Styles is 46.
51. Yeah, I looked it up today. I was like,
yeah, and The Rock
51.
tore a pectoral with John Cena in his last match, and that was it. CM Punk cannot be a week-to-week wrestler at this point, but he can be a guy who can have a spot.
Month wrestler.
Dog,
you know,
he's a spectacle. He
can be a spectacle
now,
there you
and that's
go.
okay.
He has that name, and he's gonna be a guy who can take a WrestleMania spot at any moment, just like The Rock can.
I love you bringing up The Rock in his last match because what the fuck y'all think he about to do with the God?
So
what you think of 51 who ain't hero? CM Punk at least hit ropes. You know what I'm saying? He at least got a little lather in there. What you think The Rock about to do against God mode?
Let's build into it. Let's build into it, right? So let's talk about real quick before we transition. Seth practically begging Cody to challenge him for WrestleMania. And what that exactly does for Cody, because this was not
take me back, please. Take me back, baby. Take me back.
This was not a good week for Seth Rollins in that world title. Like, and now I get it. No, actually, I don't get it. I feel like they knew Punk was going to be hurt, and I feel like obviously if we're going to pivot, I thought they were gonna at least build up to what his decision is gonna be. You know what I mean? At least get like 2-3 weeks out of that. They were just like, nah, let's just do it within this week, right? So how, in your view, we'll start with Nolo and work our way around. How did Seth look to you by the time we've ended Friday? Does he look even worse as a champion, or is it just bad booking on WWE's part?
You know what? A lot of people are going to come out here and say that he was begging, because he was. And a lot of people are going to come out here and say that he looked totally weak, and you may have some merit there. But I will say that he is sticking to what that title's supposed to be. Or what he says, at least. Like, he is the one out here working every week. He's the one working every main event. He's the one doing everything while Big Dog, while the tribal chief is just sitting at home chilling, because he ain't got to do that. But he's out here proving to himself that he is doing that. So I don't want to say it made him look totally weak. I would just say that he wanted to stick to, hey, look, it's the title. He just wanted to stick to, he wanted to make it a bigger deal, because he knew with Cody, that would make it more eyes on it and make the title what it truly is to him. That's all. But it didn't look the best. I'll put it that way.
That was a terrible way of doing it. That was a terrible way. DMac, what do you think?
I think it was kind of weak. It was weak in the sense that it seemed forced. That's what I thought it was weak. It seemed kind of forced based off of, it was not saying it was last minute, but it was a weak way of making us feel like we needed to see that. Now, do I want to see that match? Yes, I do want to see them with that match. With the reports that's coming out with what could come up with this match, I like it too. But at the same time, how do you build a face-and-face match with one of the faces is begging? It almost turned 60% of the wrestling crowd away from Seth, because it's like, yo, Seth, you was the rebel. Now it seemed like you're a company man. Maybe that's the old school way of thinking.
I don't look at, but to me, Seth isn't. In this entire time, he is the face by default, but I don't really look at his character as a face.
But the crowd made him a face, bro. Like the crowd, like he really wasn't the face. Exactly. Austin wasn't necessarily supposed to be a face, but he became a face because people fucked with him. Seth Rollins' character became that too. Not saying he's an Austin type person, but it's just the way the cards was dealt. You get what I'm saying? Now you got two faces going with each other, and then one face. It's a super face now, because hell, 70% of the wrestling fans are like, damn, The Rock done stole his way. How can you build that with Seth begging? Like, how can you do that?
I would like to say this. Before Rock came back on SmackDown, that promo didn't rub me the wrong way, for the simple fact that it made sense from jump. When the championship was presented, me included, said that it was a consolation prize. They shouldn't have combined the titles. You know, they should have had Rock Roman last year and Cody Roman. They should have had two matches. Like it's been, but since the championship has been here, Chidi also has been a proponent of saying it has to have heritage and legacy somehow, right? A lot of Universal Championship. When the Universal Championship was presented, the crowd booed that motherfucker on appearance, right? They didn't even have the match, the tournament, the wrestlers involved. It didn't even none of that shit. They saw a red title, like, get this shit out of here, cuz. Bill Simmons and Brian Campbell and everybody podcast was like, what is the Universal title? Why is the like from the name, from the design, from the color, that championship had no equity. And over the course of time, even when we just mentioned it on the pod, Goldberg had the title, took it off of Bray Wyatt off the Fiend, right? Like the Universal title had no equity behind it. So with this championship, I'm trying to follow the same guidelines with that, because that Universal Championship was crowned with Finn Balor, who never got a chance at all to even be like. So from the get-go, that championship has been in scramble mode, the Universal Championship. This has not. This was created and was given to the person that it was entitled to and entitled for. And outside of the Jinder Mahal match, every match that he's had with it has been a really good match with the story attached to it. The Finn Balor trilogy, the Sami Zayn title match on Raw, the Drew McIntyre matches, all of those matches are building equity for this title. So back to the promo. When the title was created and he cut the promo when he got the title, and he said it was going to be the working man title. He said it was going to be the title that hits every town. He said it was the title that when people paid the $20 tickets or the $40 tickets or the $1,000 ticket, it was going to be the show, that the title that they saw in the show, because those people deserved a champion. Cody can fit that bill, right? Cody can get with that vibe, right? Cody can pick up what's been put down when it's presented to him like that. You know what I'm saying? And Seth felt some type of way when automatically, when last year there was not two titles, it was two titles on one person, so it was still one title. There was not an opportunity to choose. So Cody ain't even give Seth a fucking, and Seth was like, I got titties. You know what I'm saying? My ass is not like, I knew you ain't gonna give me a date too. You just gonna go straight to, you know what I'm saying? Like, blondes have fun, you know what I mean? Like, so it in that case, right? I do feel like Seth was like, yo, you overlooked me. You overlooked me, and you overlooked this title, and you overlooked the title that I feel like if you beat me for it, you can upkeep and uphold and take further what I am trying, what this title can represent. So all in all, as we saw as begging, I also, as it was a sign of desperation, as help me, right? Help me, help make this what it needs to be and what it should be. And it's the working man's title. It's the title that if your dad would have fought for, it's the big gold belt, right? This is the title that Rick skated out every single night with, whether it was Ricky Steamboat, whether it was Sting, whether it was Dusty, whether it was whoever, right? The big gold belt was the title that you went after, my guy, because that's the title. So I have a different type of view on what you guys seen as begging, as he was asking, can he help elevate? And I think Cody, the man that can help elevate the title with Seth.
You know, I'm with you, Chris, on that. I can see what you're saying. But when I saw it, I first said to you on the group chat, Seth makes a really compelling argument, you know, about, you know, and reason why I liked it because it drastically puts in front of everybody's face the difference between the WWE Universal Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. Like, you can see now, okay, what the purpose is of the title. The problem I have with AEW is not what we have over here. We know what the purpose behind these titles are. They're not creating a title just to create it and give somebody some gold as a prop. It's, hey, this guy's here every week. He's representing the company, and he's here every single week on the road doing the tours and all the live shows, house shows, all that stuff. And I think there's a purpose behind it. Me, a guy who prefers one championship. I'm an old school guy. I like to have one championship, one champion in WWE. I think it makes more sense to say who's the guy. It's that one guy. But with him saying and making this demarcation of like, this is what this title embodies and what this means, it gives me more purpose behind the championship. And I think that yes, with Seth, he's saying, I mean, with Cody, Seth is saying to Cody, we can make this better than people are making it out to be. And you've been with me on the road. He's like, I gained more respect for you over the past year. You've been here on the road with me all this time. Do you want to fight for that Hollywood championship, or do you want to fight for the title your dad would have fought for, the Ric Flairs, the Shawn Michaels, those guys who, were not the Hogans, not the politicking title. And it does put into perspective. He's like, we don't need Roman. He's like, fuck that. And it's deeper than just a prop now. Because I think Seth means this shit. I think he's like, listen, me and you together can make it so that title is not as relevant if we put on a banger of a match at WrestleMania. And obviously we're here only because CM Punk got injured. So what I thought when I saw it was like, oh, they're adding some intrigue on like what could possibly happen. And I was like, oh, this is a great promo. However, I also said in the group chat, I don't want to see it. I do not want to see Cody and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I've seen it 3 times already, and Cody beat him 3 times. I didn't see a way that they can top their Hell in a Cell match where he has a torn pec and all that. So I was in a mindset of I like them providing like a reasonable doubt as to what will happen. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, we're getting Cody and Roman. Like I like the story they're telling, but screw that. I didn't see it as begging though, and I do think that in the long run, this title should have more meaning going forward. But Seth is only the first champion. Like, and in the long run, people won't care about how this promo went down. People won't care and saying this. People think they're burying the title. I don't think so. I think that the guy a person like me who's very critical of how they present the titles, I think this is how you actually get the title over, is by putting some storyline behind it and making it mean something.
The World Heavyweight title is an excellent television championship. You know what I mean? Word to Arn Anderson, word to Booker T, you know what I mean? Word to Steven Regal. It's an excellent television title, right? And I say that half jokingly. But when it comes to the promo, if I would have done anything different, it really would have been, I guess, the tone of it. Like, so he could have said something as simple as, you've beaten me twice, but look, I finished the story before you did. You know what I mean? Like, enticing him. I feel like they throw the dusty thing out like way too much with Cody. It's easy. It's
way too much.
They do it a lot.
Easy money.
They do it a lot.
Easy money, right? But in this case, when it comes to pivoting, I really would have done like attacking Cody's ego himself. Like, you've done all this work. You know what I mean? You've kissed all these babies. You know what I mean? You've got all these endorsements, XYZ. But I'm standing here with the title and you're not. And the guy on the other show doesn't want nothing to do with you. And look where you're at, standing in front of me. Even if Seth came out after him, you know what I mean? It's attacking Cody's ego to make him decide. So like a kind of reverse psychology thing, right? But then you get to Friday, and you get to Roman's promo, and woo. When it comes to the way I didn't take it as much as everybody as a full burial of the World Heavyweight title, because at the same token, I didn't see no lies being told, but I definitely felt like after that, it made me not want to see Seth and Cody, because it did at that point, it just felt like a less important match. It didn't feel like it was worthy of a main event of Mania. It felt like Seth and Cody, that's a perfect main event for Elimination Chamber, not for Mania.
I agree. I thought that after the first promo with Seth, I was like, immediately, great promo, but I didn't want to see the match regardless. But doubling down on SmackDown, the response that Roman had, which I think Roman's promo game over the past couple of years, he just ethers people, bro. And I underrate how good he is on that microphone when he actually gets a chance to talk and when he's actually in town. But with it being a television championship, a pseudo or more prestigious television champ, I don't mind that. I think there's still prestige behind that. And if it is, so be it. I don't think Cody should be facing him personally, but I think that if you're a wrestling fan, there is some kind of honor to see your champion every single week. I think that we've seen enough where the champion is not around for months at a time, and we want to see more. And the fans are clearly clamoring for Roman to drop that, and that's why people are so upset, because we thought we are going to get it at WrestleMania, hopefully, but I don't think we're getting it now anymore. But I hear where you're coming from, though. Like, that promo does, make you feel like, oh, so if he wins the Royal Rumble, challenging for that title is like a lesser prize almost, the way Roman came off. But I guess it's subjective.
Nah,
I mean, that's kind of what he does. My bad, go ahead.
No, I see it both ways. Like, I see it, the belt that Seth have, it is a prestige television title, and the one that Roman have is, the Hollywood belt. But I also see it the way like it was before, like with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. They didn't necessarily need a belt, but when they wrestled 2 times at WrestleMania, they was the match that we all wanted to see. Casual fans and hardcore wrestling fans, they all want to see that match. It's just that now they're actually putting a title with Roman, and also see some type of old school-esque with Roman too, because shit, bro had this shit damn near 10 years, goddamn. So shit, how old school you could go with that? Like, that motherfucker had the belt forever. You know what I'm saying? So you put him with the Bob Backlund. My bad. You put him with the Hulk Hogan and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They had the belt for years and years. But I also see it the way Seth present the title, where you bring the hardcore fans into it to be like, you know what, man, forget that other belt. That's for them part-time motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Even though it holds the history, the prestige, and all of that. Let's build this one, me and you, because me and you, we the people that
the workhorses, the real ones,
the workhorses.
Yeah.
But I also see, like, why not build an Intercontinental title like that?
Intercontinental is that. Gunther's been having banger after banger after banger.
Gunther has been, but why not? Like,
you think they should have done like a title first title, like Gunther and Seth at Mania?
That's what I thought it was.
That would have been great.
I'm
more intrigued than that, honestly, to be honest with you. Especially after the Gunther promo before Royal Rumble. He's like, listen, you're injured. I respect you. You're working, you're a fighting champion just like me. But
and you see, and I was gonna say, like, now we got another pivot with Gunther. You know what I mean? That's necessarily a part of this plot line, but like now he doesn't have, the opponent in Brock, allegedly.
Brock, yeah.
So now Gunther's left without doing something at Mania. But this all ties into what we saw at the end of SmackDown. Cody comes out, you know what I mean? Well, Roman does a promo, then Cody comes out and he starts going. I feel like you could tell off rip, like something felt off when Cody came out. Like, it didn't feel like excited. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they told him, like, literally before he went out into the curtain, like, hey, just to let you know, we are not doing what you think you want to do. We're going to go this direction, right? And so he says the whole thing about still finishing the story with Roman, but not at WrestleMania. And the part where he lost me, honestly, is when he was like, I've been talking to people. So, nigga, you could be influenced that much? Like, it didn't.
That's on our pod, remember?
He's naive.
Hey, man, you shouldn't do this. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, so The Rock comes out. And I just want to get you guys' opinion. When I watched it the first time, something didn't feel like right about it. Not saying like we should have had this big moment, but like it didn't feel like the big moment I feel like it should have been or it could have been. Is that just me?
You know what? I thought it was weird that they had a package before that promo of Seth Rollins promo on Raw. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. they had a package showing Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair and showing the differences between, the politicking, champions and the working champions. And it was a different promo. It was like they had Seth cut another promo and then aired it with this package that compared Dusty, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and the Terry Funks, and then show the contrast of the Hulk Hogan's and the Romans and all that stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, he didn't say that on Raw. So before the Roman even came out and before Cody came out, I was like, what's going on here? Why would they highlight that, before this promo? And then when Cody comes out, I still think he's choosing Roman. So it was a little bit odd. I'm not going to front.
Nolo?
I really thought that he was going to challenge Roman the entire time. I did not. The only reason that I thought The Rock might actually come out is because somebody posted a picture saying he was like working out somewhere near the event. And I was like, oh, I mean, this could just be someone messing with me. So I would just let my naive self just go along with it and watch the show. But I still thought, even watching Cody, that he was about to say, no, I'm challenging you for your, even when he was like, I'm taking everything from you, or I don't want to just take the belt, I want to take the everything. I thought that he was literally about to be like, yo, it's us again, and I'm going to beat you this time, like no matter what. But then he said what he said, and then we heard, if you smell, and yeah. I'm not mad at it. I mean, we already know what it is. Like what? Yeah. Like, I understand. Like, I want to see my man finish the story and everything, but it's not. We've been asking for this for like 3 years, so so now I'm gonna switch up just because of. And I love stories. I love stories over everything. But this is also part of one of the biggest stories in wrestling for the past few years. So why not have us do this? Why, like. I'm sorry. Sometimes some stories.
You heard the pod. You was listening to me. You was listening to the podcast.
Hey, dog.
I wasn't listening to shit. I was just listening to confirmation bias. Ain't nobody say shit until my nigga Nolo, and I'm like, oh, no, all right. So what y'all talking about?
So let's address like the concerns of people, right? So, obviously we've all seen this weekend. It's been a healthy debate. I think the Rock and Roman video is like the most disliked video WWE has on YouTube. Right?
It's like 300,000 dislikes,
which is insane if you really think about it, right? Because
it has over 6 million views though.
Hey, it's a WWE, right? I feel like they don't give a damn whether you like it or dislike it. You are giving that
as long as you're talking about it. Yeah.
As long as you're talking about it. So let's break down like the concerns of the fan, right? The first one is Cody not finishing the quote unquote story. Now,
does it have to happen at WrestleMania against Roman? Like, that's the question.
So it's like we talked about this on the pod a couple weeks ago. Like, Rock and Roman obviously is the biggest match right now that you can do. Did that need to take place at Mania, right? But now we're going into the conversation, just like you said, does Cody need to finish the story at Mania? I'd like to bring up Jeff Hardy in 2008 was probably the biggest star next to John Cena. He won at Armageddon, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good point. That's a great point.
Jeff Hardy never won it for years, though. Like, Jeff Hardy, I don't think is on the level of Cody. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Jeff in his prime.
It's real street niggas that know about Jeff Hardy. They be talking about flipping a pack.
Niggas love Jeff Hardy. I'm not hating on it, but
hold on.
Jeff Hardy was never the main event star who had a top babyface that Cody is right now.
It is niggas that put Jeff Hardy 08 up there with Obama and 08. Okay? Like, you're not even understanding. Jeff Hardy in 08 had niggas in the he had niggas in the chokehold, cuz. Bro,
Hardy ain't even that good of a wrestler. Yeah,
that's not the point.
I know.
not the point.
That nigga was mentioned on every mixtape on live mixtape.
Bro, this nigga Jeff Hardy was everybody's fucking like spirit animal. Like I think that's the first time I ever heard that phrase before. Spirit animal was niggas was just like, I want to be a daredevil. And I want to be kicked off my job for doing drugs and then brought back because I'm so popular and people want to see me win. Because that's what happened, nigga. He was Rob Van Dam after Rob Van Dam in 06.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Jeff Hardy is not the baby face that Cody is. Cody is he has potential to hold the company on his back. Jeff Hardy was just good.
If we put Rob Van Dam in 06, and Jeff Hardy in 08, and Cody in 2018, 2020, Cody finished in third, my brother. I'm sorry.
You are a lie.
Look,
you are damn lie.
Hey,
if you put 2008 Jeff Hardy in Cody Rhodes' spot right now, the crowd might riot, to be honest with you.
March Madness bracket, that's what we doing. We doing baby faces in years, nigga. I want to put this on the bracket. Put this on that bracket, cuz. Put Cody 2023-24 against Jeff Hardy 08-09. Nigga, that's Tracy McGrady numbers, cuz. He was hooping.
Hey, Jeff Hardy was him. He was him in 08.
He was. But like, I can't say that Jeff Hardy ever had the cachet or talent or presence to run the company, to be the top star of the WWE. He's a guy like Dan Bryan, who's like, we got behind and he's gonna win the title. We're like, yes, at least he got it once.
That's true.
Okay, no, wait.
I would say that's
No. The only reason that they wouldn't put like the company on his back because he's unreliable. Popularity, he had it. It was just the unreliableness of him doing it.
That matters, though. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say they wasn't gonna do it. They tried.
Don't matter, but
they tried.
They did try. They said we gonna give it a shot. Nigga, we gonna give it a shot.
Jeff Hardy
gave that nigga the belt.
we were just happy to see
tried to give that nigga him. They said, like, look, we gonna listen to the crowd. Every time this nigga come out doing that shit,
bro, you gotta understand.
Fuck with it. We put
Jeff
the belt
Hardy
on
and Randy's the reason why them niggas is like, is it 3 strikes or 4? You know what I'm saying? yo, these niggas forgot how to count when it came to the 3-strike policy, my nigga, with them two guys. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, look,
it's 2.5. He didn't get the 3. That's all.
Jeff Hardy wanted an Armageddon, though, like, you know, and that's because he's a different caliber of superstar. They ain't. The reason why Cody's different is because this story they're telling with him is a year-long story, 2 years, you know, that he's already main evented. It's different. He already main evented last year and was robbed out of the championship. You know, like Jeff Hardy just wasn't good enough until he was good enough. You feel me? That's how it was. That's how I looked at it.
Randy did prepay for his offenses. He did.
Randy got that bread though. Like, you know, Randy was, he Randy was he was a made man, honestly. After Evolution, he was made man.
He without question. Without question. No, the thing with Cody, I didn't mean to cut you off, but the thing with Cody is like the whole finishing the story concept. Yeah, it would have been nice to wrap up like this whole thing at Mania. But
it'll be full circle moment, but I guess it doesn't have to happen.
It doesn't have to happen. Like, keep in mind, I've said, you know what I mean? I've made jokes on here about like the rumored spot for SummerSlam being in Cleveland. Oh, somebody left. DMac had to step away.
Yeah, he'll do some things.
But when it comes to Cody finishing the story, who's not to say that they don't do something big at SummerSlam? Like they change the city to Atlanta or Texas, you know what I mean? Like he gets like the hometown crowd.
Or Madison Square Garden.
No, man. Like
Thank you. Were you at our pre-production meeting? Yo, hey, I got tarred and feathered for bringing it up.
No, you didn't. You didn't get tarred and feathered.
You know what?
I got your back, Nolo. I got your back, Nolo.
Thank you. I will tar the feather. It was just dismissed. That's
yes.
all. He was.
Let me ask this 12-year-old child in the crowd. Hey, where did Cody's dad hold the WWE title in 1976?
But who's in charge now? What are the big nerd ass Triple H?
This is true.
Shit.
Well, Chidi did just mention, and that's the reason why I keep in. I can't take credit for this. I saw this on Twitter, so I can't remember who said it. I think Lovely said it. If I'm just throwing a name out there, but to be quite fair though, when we're talking about full circle moments, as you were saying, if there is, I said in our pod, what if Roman's approaching a number, right? What if Roman has to win this match to beat the Bob Backlund number, or to beat the Hulk Hogan number, or to beat the CM Punk? Well, he demolished the CM Punk number already, but right, Bruno got 5 different reigns of 5 different.
He ain't
numbers,
beating Bruno,
right?
so
he's not beating the 8.
Yeah.
He's not beating the 8-year run, but Bruno had a 3-year joint and a 5-year joint and a 7-year joint and the 8. The nigga.
I think he's right now. Roman, I think, is 3rd, right? To Hogan's and Hogan and Bruno. So he only can beat Hogan, I think, this coming September.
So he beat Bob Backlund already.
Isn't Pedro Morales did he barely beat Pedro Morales' number?
I think he beat Pedro.
He already beat Pedro. Okay.
I think he beat Pedro, and Bob was next.
So that it'd be Hogan.
Hogan, yeah.
Yeah, he gotta beat Bob. I remember he already beat Bob. Yeah, it's only Hogan left.
I hope he beat Bob.
Bob back. I mean, Bruno Cemetery. That's what's not gonna happen.
So
Bob back, the title is.
Well, I mean, but WWE also
timeout. No, the timeout. He's 3rd. He's 4th to Hogan's 3rd. Bob Backlund's actually 2nd, and Bruno's number 1.
Damn.
So I didn't know Bob Backlund had a 2,135-day reign. I didn't see that. Bob Backlund had another one that he beat. So he beat one of them.
Yeah.
He said,
"Who said why?"
But what I would say is that when we were arguing about what WWE does and what they don't do, and the spite and everything like that, excuse me, if we've seen him beat the Chris Benoit, we've seen him beat the Brock Lesnar number, right, with the youngest champion. We've seen CM Punk name but the family lost. The family won, but the other family lost. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, Chaz about to win the belt, just to let y'all know.
Okay.
Chaz about because the rest of us have the same picks, so Chaz won.
Yeah, nigga. See, y'all gotta pick one. You can't go against the family. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can't go against the family. Man.
Hey, I went against the family, and they still be out here winning. I thought OTM was at least gonna get this dub. I didn't think they was gonna beat them for the belts. I at least thought they would this one.
Yeah, I think everybody
Can with the MSG thing, why would you oppose to that if that is where his story initially started? If the picture is framed in his house,
that's the only way it could be better than WrestleMania. Honestly, if you're really being honest, so the only way it could be better. You
know I'm a historian. I would love to see it. You know what I mean? Because it would be a memorable moment. Like it would be such a dope imagery. But I feel that WWE has now gotten to the point, like, I guess that's where the question that gets posed, like, does Cody win at any other of the big pay-per-views where they do a stadium show? Because I feel like WWE at this point, they're not going to do SummerSlam at Madison Square Garden. They might Survivor Series, maybe, or could he do it at a random Raw? Would it still have the same impact? Does it have to even be at a PLE?
Bro, can Triple H love his daddy so much, nigga? Can they fucking just do a Starcade? Nigga, what if he gets the rights to Starcade, my nigga? and
Mm.
runs
Don't they
a
already
fucking
have it?
Starcade.
Yeah, I think they do.
Like
I
Cody
think-
can win a fucking Starcade in Georgia, my nigga, or in Greensboro, North Carolina, or
Y'all have a
in
place to stay, y'all. Shit,
like
do that.
they can do so many emotional strings with this nigga that I don't know why people are caught up in the way they want the story to be told for them to be happy with it.
It's going to pay off, and because listen, let's be honest, The Rock, this is probably going to be the last match ever, you know. So they're trying to get this out the way, and they think this is the moment to do it. We, as wrestling fans, you know, who are in the internet wrestling community, hardcore fans, are not seeing the reaction that's happening outside of our bubble, where people on First Take are like, "Hey, are you facing Roman Reigns?" Like, you know, that kind of shit. That's what they're interested in, is transcending this little bubble we're in. So I get what they're doing. So Cody, who has a longer career, yeah, he can finish the story later on. Mind you, it all depends on what they really want to do with this Roman Reigns. How historic do you want to make it? Do you want to push this thing back out? And if Cody beats Seth at WrestleMania and Seth is like, man, I just cannot beat Cody, that's a story in its own self, you know? So you give Cody the championship. You got Drew as competitors. You got, you know, any heel on the roster. You got Judgment Day still. Damian Priest could cash in at any moment. It does add more legs to their show. Cody and Roman, I think, has to be the moment where the story happens. And I think it doesn't necessarily have to be at WrestleMania, but being that we have built it up from last year full circle, it would have been crazy to see it this year. It would have been great. But I'm not impatient. Like, I can wait. Only problem I had, and I mentioned this to Chris in our podcast, is that it doesn't make much sense how he pointed at Roman at Royal Rumble, and then, you know, just a conversation changes his mind and says, no, I'm gonna go after Seth right now. Like, I need more from Cody as a character to explain this shit as to why he thinks he doesn't want. He said, he even said it on SmackDown. I want that title. I want everything you got, Roman. And you won the Royal Rumble. Like, you have the opportunity to go after all that shit. Like, now, what has changed? You know?
Oh, go ahead, Nolo.
I was just gonna say, but just because he won the Royal Rumble don't mean he gotta do it right now.
But that's his only opportunity. You feel me? He's on Raw.
No, he doesn't. He don't gotta use his opportunity now, though.
But that's my thing. If that's here's the thing: if I got a lottery ticket to get the thing I want the most, I'm not gonna, and I'm not promised to get another ticket to the golden ticket to, you know, to get something I want. Why would I not just go after it? Why would I say, you know what, I'm gonna get a consolation prize and use it for that, and I hopefully, in some roundabout way, I get a chance to go after what I really want. It doesn't make much sense.
No, wait. But what if you? Okay, so you do it like this, a la RVD when he did his. He makes the perfect opportunity. Someone already mentioned Starcade. He makes the perfect place where he gets to face Roman, where everything is on his side.
But
like,
he has to
he's gonna beat the whole. I mean, he ain't got to be WrestleMania though.
No. I mean, it doesn't have to be WrestleMania. I agree with that. I'm saying that if you win the Royal Rumble from a character standpoint, why not go after the title you say you want? It doesn't make much sense right now to me that Cody's choosing that. It doesn't make.
So from a kayfabe standpoint, let's look at it from a kayfabe standpoint, right? The Van Dam thing was different because that was Money in the Bank. So
exactly.
Right, Van Dam was allowed to choose the location, right? The best case of the Rumble winner using the title
Cena
was Cena. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I should have said that. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. Right.
And Stone Cold, I think, got, you know, a fatal 4-way at like in a February show of his first Rumble win.
It's the 97 joint. Yeah, the 97 joint. I think with Cody in this, like, from a kayfabe standpoint, and if it's something that they eventually do go to, I like the idea of Cody admitting that he was scared to face Roman again.
What?
You know what I mean? Like, I like the idea, like, because one thing,
man, y'all can't do what y'all said to Seth and they have Cody say he's scared. Y'all can't do that now. Y'all can't. I smoked that
apples
much
and oranges, bro.
Y'all can't do that now. Who's that? Which way? I can't.
No, because that's different. Seth was out here begging. Cody from you know how emotional and dramatic Cody is. Like, I could definitely see Cody being like,
He was vulnerable.
I was scared that Solo will come out. You know what I mean? Like just
Yo, I can't with you, bro. Like the listener. Listen, you can't do that to Cody. Cody is the top babyface. Why would a top babyface be scared of anything, bro? He was robbed the first time. Like, he knows that he had him. He said in the promo, "I had you," and I think I had you. So now he's scared. No, he can't be scared.
Nah, he can't do that now. He can't do it. Even my son came outside like, what y'all niggas talking about? What y'all said? What y'all said now? They talking crazy out here, Dad.
Let's bring up something though, an aspect that could happen. What if The Rock ends up beating Roman Reigns?
Ugh.
What if that does happen? You know what I mean? Like,
disgusting.
You don't even want to hear it. The earbud don't even want to hear. You don't even want to hear it.
Don't blame him.
Honestly, I think that it's a waste the entire run that he had. Honestly.
Yeah, it would be. I don't think that. I think that this is also. This to me, I feel like is all smoke screen, right? I do believe that they are doing a lot of curating stuff, right? WWE is still a company, right? We talk about kayfabe. Let's get into the tax brax of it all, right? Or brass tacks of it all, right? I think they're doing a feeler. They have Elimination Chamber, they have a buffer, they have Mania, with March not really being anything, right? March is a throwaway where they can really then gear up into WrestleMania. I think right now the hot takes is exactly what is. It's just like content creation, right? Where you do a reaction video to somebody doing a reaction video and you hashtag it, they get put in their algorithm. If you get searched, but whatever the case may be, WWE is doing that right now. How many hits can we get? Because you got to also think about, man, content is still king with them, and they are a 52-week business that still go up against headliners and big time stuff like Taylor Swift. They names gotta go. They have to be presented in a way where they're big time. The Rock is big time. The Rock has already made his runs. He got a USF coming up with football. He got streaming partners. He can be in rooms that Carney wrestling can't really be in when we're talking about, even though Nick Khan's did a real great job business-wise, right? Nick Khan he's not the front-facing guy that TKO needs, that Vince can't be, and Dana White can no longer be. You know what I'm saying? So I think that company needed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. WWE necessarily doesn't need it, but because they're under that umbrella, why not use it? I think that is where we are with it, realistically.
Man, yeah, The Rock just can't win. That's all I'm saying. The Rock can't win. If he does that, then Roman Reigns and all this cachet of defeating this tyrant that's been holding everybody hostage for the past 3 years, all that shit goes to this 51-year-old man.
Look at it like this.
I don't think that happens. I think they use him and they use him and dispose him.
Look at it like this. Rock wins the title at Mania. What's the champion usually do the day after Mania? He goes to Good Morning America. And for somebody that's brand new to the board and they got this new company, TKO, him popping up with the title on Good Morning America.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, man, they moving chess pieces out here.
I mean, it could happen, but that's just nasty, bro. I'm board of directors. I'm making myself champion. I'm going Gordon Moore carry this shit around. Like, I'm
yo,
like,
dog,
God damn.
that's Hogan levels.
Beyond Hogan, like,
Hogan.
come on.
He said I'm better than him.
Did he not just do a Hogan-esque move?
But you know, listen, that's why I'm not mad about the WrestleMania booking. Like, I'll be honest with you, I definitely do not want either Cody and Seth or Rock and Roman, but I'm gonna go and enjoy it. I'm gonna go watch it at WrestleMania. WrestleMania has always been the celebrity show. I'm like, let's be real. That's why we see Floyd Mayweather Big Show. That's why we see, Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn. Okay, let's not say Akibona, but at the end of the day, it's for celebrities, and The Rock is the biggest celebrity in the world, one of them. So I get it, but I can't see him win, bro. Like at some point, you gotta give us wrestling fans the bone. Like, come on, like you want to not have Cody in this story at WrestleMania, cool. You want to have this whole storyline of this fucking bloodline and tribal chief all lead up to The Rock, a 51-year-old becoming the champion and being on the door to direct. Fuck that shit. I'm sorry. That's
disgusting.
It is. It is. It's nasty, bro. Like, just to make some bread. Like, all right, come on. Let's have some pureness to this wrestling a little bit. And I know it's like all about the money now. The fan base thinks that we all have MBAs. We all know what the business is. We all know, oh, it's all business. Like, I get it. But at the end of the day, I want to be entertained and I want to see the business grow. But I also want to see the, storytelling pay off for the future. And I think Cody is the future for the business. I think Roman losing to somebody like The Rock, it kind of wastes all this shit. And then what? Rock drops it back to Roman, or who's he dropping to? Like how long is he going to be around wrestling still? Like, or is he just going to just go vacate it?
The Rock retires the title. Like,
oh
there's no
my
more.
God!
He's the last champion ever. DMac. Do you think this is all a swerve?
I think it is. I don't think it's a swerve far as The Rock winning the title. I don't think he's gonna win the title, but I think he's gonna do like what's best. Like he's always done it. The 2 out of the 3 times he fought Hogan, he only beat him once at WrestleMania. So he's been in the position to do what's best. And I hate to say it for business, I guess you would say. So like now, even before, the WrestleMania, what he did in Hobbs and whatever the little Fast and Furious movie he had, he put all his family in, right? He had Roman, he had everybody in that shit. Even the twins was in it. I don't know if Solo was in it, but he put everybody in that shit. So he can swerve this whole storyline to where he need to meet his needs, far as, you can say I'm a Hollywood nigga, but look, you weren't saying that shit when I put you in this shit. So the storyline is the shit gonna be intriguing if it's scripted or not. But far as, what the ending gonna be with, The Rock, I don't think he's gonna win the title, but I think he's definitely gonna put Roman in the position to where he was, back in like the early I'm not gonna say the 90s, I'm gonna say like 2002, 3.
What is the likelihood that all of this, like we originally said, is a smokescreen and we end up with Roman and Cody at Mania? Does that make this the greatest story ever told? Or
I think so.
You think
only way you can get there, because here's the thing. I don't think they show The Rock at all unless they're pulling the trigger on this. I think that this whole thing is partly due to CM Punk's injury and Brock not being able to be. They want more, star power at WrestleMania. I brought this up on our podcast. So The Rock is going to be at WrestleMania. He is, and he most likely will be facing Roman Reigns. But the only way you can swerve around this is if they do an injury angle on The Rock, and Cody has to defend his honor, and The Rock ends up being like, I don't know. Like he ends up showing face as in his corner or something, and that's the only way I can see that going. And
he's Apollo Creed,
basically, dog.
He's R.I.P. to Carl Weathers.
Oh yeah,
R.I.P. Carl Weathers for real. For real.
how crazy would it be if right before we get to Mania night 2, like Roman's made his entrance and The Rock's music playing, he never comes out, and then they pan backstage and The Rock is laid out. Do you think people would be upset?
Absolutely.
they would lose.
They ain't gonna do
lose
that
it.
big of a swerve. I don't think they're gonna
would
do
lose
that
it.
type of shit.
They would have to.
I would love it,
have
though.
to do the injury angle
I
like a
would
week or
love
two
it.
before.
They're gonna get
No.
sued.
But I would like it. I mean, I think
No.
oh, yeah.
Do that joint then. Now, do you know how upset people would be? They would lose it.
They gonna have to, man, niggas gonna get sued. They trying to sue Spence because he got his ass whipped for Crawford. So don't what the fuck you gonna think they're gonna do to The Rock over some scripted shit? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. I completely understand how mad people are gonna be because my best friend is literally keep asking me if Rock is really wrestling, and I was like, I mean, it looked like it, but card subject to change, so you never know.
That's the thing about The Rock, man. You really I feel like he's one of those type of dudes like he's not going to sign his name to the dotted line unless it's going to benefit him in the long run. Mm-hmm. And him giving Cody the glory of the final shot of WrestleMania, nah.
Why would you go against him for that though? Because he showed his history has showed that he is willing to do that. Because The Rock
it's about
only
drive,
been
about
The Rock.
power.
I don't think
How
The Rock
many
understands.
WrestleMania matches The Rock has won?
You said
how many WrestleMania matches The Rock has actually won?
It don't matter how many you win, is how many. It's not about how many you've won, it's about what you've done in this instance. And in this instance, the final image you will see at WrestleMania Night 2 is The Rock being the final undisputed WWE Universal Champion of all time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tight after I swear. I'm gonna be tight. I'm gonna turn that shit off pissed. I love.
Will you stop watching?
No, of course not.
No.
Okay.
I will be there.
That's not the point. That's not the point. That's not the point.
No. I know for us.
She's cashing in. Or trying to.
Lola,
who's cashing in?
My girl Lola.
Go ahead, Lola.
Yeah.
I know that's not the point with us, but I think that's the point in general.
Look, dog, you genuinely got people that have already sold their WrestleMania tickets. They're getting rid of their hotels. People are
yeah, but those people are idiots, dude. Those people are dead. Those people, and it's the same people who bought. It's the same Detroit Lion fans who bought Vegas tickets at halftime. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Nobody told you to do. Now you're in Vegas with Detroit Lions gear on, and your team ain't in the playoff. Because you just ain't finna throw away a Vegas trip. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that the card is not. This is you guys. You guys are taking the inch and taking a mile. You know what I'm saying? I get what you guys are saying. As WWE, they're gonna do this. They do it doesn't matter. Like The Rock famously said, ain't nothing set in stone. So I don't even buy tickets until I know the card. Right? I don't even get tickets booked. I don't fucking buy planes, hotel. I don't look for secondary market ticket until I know what night 1 and night 2 is. Because at the end of the day, I will be in this same predicament talking about I'm going to Philly and niggas getting hurt toward triceps and toward tendons and firings and Rock coming back, and I'm just stuck in Philly it's cold as fucking April still here. You know, to be unhappy and shit, nigga. No way. No.
I don't blame you. You in Florida? I get it.
That's the realest shit ever told. Goddamn.
Yo, nigga, now let me have seen it. Let it be March 24th. Let it be, you know what I mean? Let it be March 30th. And I know that this next weekend is Rock Roman. Then yeah, man, let me see what I can get. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, realistically, if that's not what you want to see, that's not what you want to see. But for you to have a whole 2 months out and you're going off projection, you know, I think you can those same people gonna be trying to buy their same ticket back. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you. I guarantee them niggas gonna be trying to get their same ticket back and pay more for it, and because they just ain't waited out.
True.
No, I think that's
Truthfully,
crazy if you're gonna sell your ticket because of this announcement, non-announcement, because we don't know yet. But that's crazy. That's crazy.
Exactly.
so you know what I mean? Like, say the match does happen, it's Rock and Roman, like that electricity in the building is gonna be insane. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be like a moment in time. You know what I mean? Like,
Regardless,
yeah, like we were there for like the KO with Stone Cold match. Like, the crowd was unglued during that match, right? So now amplify that and make it more. I remember when we were in the hotel, like, you know what I mean? Like, after Roman and Brock, we were like, yo, is The Rock gonna come out? You know what I mean? Like, it's the anticipation. We're talking about a 3-year story that's coming too. On top of that, from a TKO standpoint, the press run of The Rock and Roman, like,
that's pretty much
like. So let's say they do confirm on Thursday when they do the press conference that the match is official, it's happening at Mania, right? If I was TKO, I'm taking that shit like all over the US. Like, I'm hitting every major city because it's gonna draw media attention just off the sole fact that The Rock is there. It's Mania. You know what I mean? Like, not to say that you wouldn't get that same type of reception. Yeah, I am. You're not gonna get that same reception with Roman and Cody, but with Rock and Roman,
man. This Thursday they're gonna be in Vegas on a press conference. You know that's why I'm saying, like, Chris was telling me on our podcast, like, yo, we don't know. But I'm like, dude, I cannot like see how they're gonna get to anything different than Seth and Cody and Rock and Roman at this point. Like, they have now booked it into a corner. Now, granted, anything's possible, but in my opinion, that's what it is. I'm trying to accept it for what it is and not be too upset about it, and try to see how they tell the story from now until then, and trying to appreciate what they're trying to do. I just can't see it changing because, like you're saying, The Rock is gonna be promoting this shit all across, and for him to not beat it in the main event after showing head to face him and Roman, it doesn't make any sense.
If you, you know how many times you said it hasn't made any sense in the last week. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be making sense. I mean,
I know, but all I'm saying is that if you allow them to, if you allow them to tell a story, it's 10 years from when Roman won the Royal Rumble in 2014 in Philly, and they had to call a Rock out to raise his hand because he got booed out the building. That is a story arc in itself. From 10 years from now, where Roman actually with no help at all does not need the crowd. I mean, does not need Rock's assistance with the crowd. Right? There has not been a baton passing or torch passing as of sorts when we're talking about that Hollywood title of who carries the mantle of WWE in the mainstream, right? Cena ain't Rock, and no matter how many fucking Guardians of the Galaxy billions of dollars that Batista makes, he ain't Rock either, right? I don't know if Roman is going to be Rock, but to pass that torch at a Mania, that's not a bad story in a way to be presented either, right?
So you're proving my point, though. Like I said, this is going to be the match. Like, it's not changing. That's all I'm trying to say, is that from this point forward, we can hypothetically say can Roman, can Cody, have a way to get back into the match, triple threat, or if Roman Roman injures Rock, all this storytelling to see how we can maneuver it so we get what we want and finishing the story. I've come to the place of acceptance when it comes to it's going to be Cody and Seth and Rock and Roman based off of last week. I don't think like Scotland just said, they're going to have Rock going everywhere around promoting this. And that, like you said, that story you just said with Rock and Roman, it's baked in, and passing the torch and all that stuff. And we can speculate that we can maybe get something different, but
now
I think we just should accept what it is.
Can I present the fact that also when there is a Mania season, this is the second one without Vince, right? Right? Who did the press run last year? I believe that LA, Philly, different crowd. Yeah, true. All I'm asking about this press run thing is that if you're doing a press run, that doesn't always mean that, you know what I'm saying, like you're getting. All I'm asking is that who was it Paul Levesque last year? Was it Nick Khan last year? Was it I don't believe I saw Cody doing press runs last year in LA. I don't believe I saw he was?
Cody and Roman were going around promoting that match last year.
I ain't seen Cody on ESPN, nigga. I'm gonna be quite honest.
Roman was.
Roman was.
Cody was.
Roman was.
Okay. I know I ain't seen that tattoo across from Stephen A. Smith. I know that for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Cody did other press, but they did it.
This is the Rock's Mania.
Yeah, it is. Like at
the end of the day,
we gotta accept it, and it's not gonna be bad. We've been asking for these that match for years, like you said, 3 years. Come on, guys, let's enjoy the ride. Cody's gonna be around for years to come. The Rock is gonna be done wrestling probably after April. So let's just
we would never see The Rock do another rock bottom ever again.
Yeah,
I think in a match.
Also put yourself in that position. Like, we all A-type personalities. If we was in a position to go to a company that we previously worked in, and they was like, "Hey, look, you're gonna be head honcho, part of the head honchos of this company, and you already been at mid management," you be like, "You know what? I can do something to make this shit better. Let me do that." Of course, The Rock gonna put itself in that position to make that shit kind of, bring it on, because he got the cachet, he got the funk. Like, he's Dwayne fucking Johnson, bro. Like, he can go on. Not only
honestly, this is a presidential candidate. He's the second president. You know what I'm saying? This is a presidential candidate having a WrestleMania match. This is the biggest thing they can possibly have. You know what I mean? So yeah,
this nigga could go anywhere. He go Good Morning America. He could go on NBC. He was on First Take with Skip and Shay Shay. Got down, like, what the fuck else you wanted to do?
And look, it's gonna be even better when he has the title around his shoulder.
Oh God!
Hey, don't be bringing that negativity here, bro.
I'm not bringing negativity. What I am bringing is a reality.
It could be a reality with Roman doing the same thing because he is the guy right now. Roman, I mean, we're not gonna rewind this shit 30 years and say The Rock go to Good Morning America. Yo, you are board of directors, man. Get your ass off the television screen and get in that fucking CEO office.
Look, hold on. I do have to. I hear Chidi. He's triggering something. When there was a certain EVP of a certain wrestling company, I told that blonde head neck tattoo wearing ass nigga to get soup wearing ass in the back. And stop double dipping. So I gotta tell this goddamn 375 I'm built as 275 because the muscles all in my neck and shoulders and shit. Honestly, his suit's gotta be tailored. How much fabric just to do here? Like, just to fucking just stitch from neck to shoulder, nigga. Say that, nigga. is huge, and they still want to say he's 275. Bitch, he was 275 in 1998. I don't know what this alien is right now, nigga. I don't know what
Hey,
Bro, nigga, he can for sure. He can for sure play D tackle against Warren Sapp now, nigga. Warren, nigga,
no debating.
that's
No
skinny
debating.
that skinny 275 wasn't beating up Warren Sapp. This 275, shit, nigga.
Might give him that work.
It's his position. It's his position to lose.
Bruh,
God damn it.
God damn, bro. What?
Oh man, but yeah, it's gonna be a ride. It's gonna be a ride. But enough of that. You know what I mean? This is usually like when we know we've hit the main topics, we do the quick roll up, you know what I mean? And then we head out. So just a couple of quick notes from the things that happened this week. Bryan Keith last night, the bounty hunter, officially all elite. Are we thumbs
Yes,
up?
sir.
I'm personally happy about
All the
getting
thumbs up, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to we shouted him out too in the pod. Shout out to Booker T. Reality of Wrestling is producing some talent too. You know what I'm saying? So he came from
Gotta
that
give him the
school.
finger.
You know what I'm saying? So
Got him to point to the finger wave. Yeah.
yeah.
What's Bryan Keith's like where can he go in AEW? Like, is he just a bit player? Can he do more? Do we see a potential championship run in the future? What is his ceiling right now at AEW?
It's so hard to say, bro. At least for me.
Yeah.
Because AEW don't know how to use talent. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like they don't know what to do with these niggas for real, dog. Especially the guys who come from the indies. Like guys who come from WWE, they might put them on like, you know, and guys who that have been originals, you know, even a guy like Daniel Garcia who's been like around for a minute, they're like, we don't really want to use you like that. So like I'm worried. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when they sign talent, I'm immediately worried because I'm like, okay, I hope he gets the respect he deserves. But Lee Moriarty has been the same spot since he arrived. He's been in the same spot, losing matches since he arrived. What makes me think they're going to do different for Bryan Keith? I think he has some personality, charisma, and I hope they do something with him. But they haven't done anything with Shane Taylor either. So, like, I hope we see more. That's my opinion.
To those last two names, I'm sorry, Nolo. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sure. Go ahead.
Oh no! Oh brother, you was fine, man. It is all good. I was good. What I was just gonna say, like with Lee and Shane, is that I feel like now with them together is the best presentation for them. That's all I was gonna say with it. Because
well, I mean,
it's working now. It's finally getting.
You literally took what I was gonna say, so I'm glad I gave it to you. But I think that was what I think. To Chidi, your point is correct though, but I don't want it to make it also a black talent thing because I do feel like
I said Dan Garcia. He ain't black.
Right? No, that's I know. Well, you know, he you know. Okay, so to name a really distinct white talent, you know. But no, to your point, I do believe that you know, I don't feel the way that you feel as far as I get worried when they get signed because I do genuinely feel like you get scooped up, you're getting some real weekly or monthly bread or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's great. I do feel like when you threw the shot at AEW about the title creations and everything like that, I do feel like when you say black people is not a monolith, or you know, when we say one wrestling company don't have to be like another wrestling company, I feel that way because with the World Heavyweight Championship that we call as consolation prize because couldn't nobody topple the Roman Mountain. AEW doesn't have that problem. They say, hey, we got prizes for everybody. Okay, if you want to come here, we got a prize for you. If that's what your problem is that it wasn't enough prizes to go around where you was at, we got prizes. And I think
if everybody has a title, then they all mean nothing to me. So it is a problem.
I can hear you on that, but when it comes to when we're talking about Orange Cassidy, I don't care about Orange Cassidy if they don't have a title creation and give it to him. Right? I don't say he's up there with Gunther as the best wrestler of a year, of a calendar year, because he has one of those created titles, right? And he made one of those created titles actually mean something, even though it's not in place of another created title that's a television title. It's when we talk about this World Heavyweight Championship, it's building a cachet behind it, right? That international championship now has cachet behind it because Orange Cassidy had it, because Jon Moxley went after it. Bryan Danielson was in a championship match. Swerve was in a championship match for it. It was a weekly on television championship that they made.
Cassidy made it the most important title
Cassidy
on
made
their joint.
Exactly. And so with that being said, with the Bryan Keith situation, to tie into that, when you have something that somebody can actually go after, you can make anybody feel important, right? So even as you say, they have an abundance of titles and none of the titles mean anything, there's no hierarchy in the title, and the title's correct, because I do believe that they don't want any title to be cheapened with that. Because if you, when Wardlow said he didn't want the interim champion, and then given the TNT championship, that at the end of the day for me was the tail end downspore spiral of the importance of that television championship. After the Brody Lees, after the Codys, after the Sammy Guevaras, after the Darby Allins, Wardlow had that title, and you tell me how it's been from Wardlow to now Christian.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Let's say they get Bryan Keith, and they're like, okay, we got Bryan Keith. We're going to give him a rub, and we're going to have him go after Hook and his FTW championship. Does it matter? Does it matter?
No.
All right. You know, so like, and this is what I might do a video this week called, like, because a lot of people
would you do the FTW champion?
I'm just asking a question. I'm just
name another championship?
I'm just asking a question. This nigga was just in the World Heavyweight Championship match with Samoa Joe. They're telling me he's a World Heavyweight Championship contender. All right, he's holding a championship already. If Bryan Keith faces him for that championship, doesn't matter. No, and that's my point. Is that it's a complete cluster.
But that's not a Tony creation, though. Don't do that. That's not. Hold on. I'm sorry to take over. That's not a Tony title, and that's not a Tony creation. And Hook, I don't give a fuck who you put in front of him. He ain't no star to me. So what I'm trying to tell you is
not even a bit.
You threw out a nigga who can't give a rub from a masseuse.
All right, let me go somewhere else. You got this Continental Classic Championship. I love Eddie Kingston. He's our guy.
That fucking matters.
He's our guy.
That matters because Eddie Kingston and Bryan Keith just.
Hey, hold on.
That will
Eddie Kingston is your guy.
Don't do that. Come on, bro.
Well, maybe y'all for, but hey, I don't fuck with that lame ass nigga, man. I don't. That's just me.
Damn.
What did he do to you?
What?
Did he not sign the autograph when you was out there in the cold, man? How did he make you the villain out here?
Yo, why?
He all right, but he ain't my guy. Goddamn that shit.
Oh man,
you ain't have to do that to Eddie. That was
I really had to, but I didn't.
I see the discourse of a lot of people feel that he's insincere and inauthentic. I would just tell you
that's him.
That's him. I see a lot of people say he a New Jack ripoff. You know, he a New York City cosplay guy.
We met him in person. I see
a lot of that. And that's him, dog. That's him, dog. That is him.
That's him.
Yeah, that is him.
I don't like that shit.
That's who he is, man.
Hey, you can't bet 1,000.
It could be him,
baby.
It could be him, and guess what? I could know him more. Even if I know him more, I wouldn't like him anymore. I wouldn't even like him more. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shit, my southern ass not liking him, his New York ass, that's just
each
me.
his own, to each his own, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me. It's one person. I'm not trying to tell somebody else not to like him.
But no, but what I
hear
want,
you, but let's say
but
if
to your
Bryan Keith goes
point,
after,
if that shit, if he goes after that title, if he goes after those titles, yes. To me,
I still don't get it. Like,
But
when he fights, is he defending one championship or is he defending all three at the same time?
I think he's defending all three.
Yeah,
Who that?
Depending on the promotion.
God damn! Depending.
Well, because at Battle
So
of the Valley, he defended the Continental title against Gabe Kidd.
Eddie. We still talking about Eddie?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm trying to say if Bryan Keith faces Eddie.
Question.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
got. If Bryan Keith face Eddie Kingston, doesn't matter to any of y'all.
Yes.
Like, okay, yes.
It matters to me.
Scotland.
No, it matters to everybody in here, but I was just asking, like, why? Like why is this nigga got this much going on to the point where we trying to figure out if he fighting, he defending hella belts. Like, this nigga lame as fuck.
There was a story.
We don't need it.
There was a story.
I think you're missing this. I think, Matt. I think your dislike for the nigga clearly is you like missing the story of why he got these belts. He ain't never had a belt. Like, he a nigga that wore suspenders. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He ain't never had no belt.
Because he a suspender ass nigga.
Like, don't do that, man. Stop.
Like, that's the reason why. Like, the people before he had this shit
ass nigga.
figured it out. Like, he's a suspender ass nigga. Like, why the fuck you put a belt on a suspender? When the last time you had suspenders?
But what I'm trying to
no, ain't no fucking butts. When the last time you wore suspenders, my nigga? Never. Hey, when the last time you wore suspenders?
Hold on, stop.
Hey, when the last time you wore suspenders? Never.
Hold on, Matt. Hold on. I served. Hold on. I served with you, and I wore sock suspenders before, cuz.
Okay.
So I'm trying to tell you, I had little suspenders on my drawers to my dress socks.
Different.
No, but nigga, you can't bend nigga, you wore that shit, nigga. You got suspenders.
Never wore.
I
know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. The fact you said it, it was like, damn.
I'm a suspender wearing ass nigga.
No. That's the difference, though. And guess what? It's not the difference where, like, that's a cool ass nigga, and like, because he did it, he my nigga. That's different. No, that's the difference because you had to wear that because they made your uniform better. I'm talking about this weird ass nigga wearing this shit because he in New York. And he's supposed to be the mecca of the cool shit, and he's not that.
No, I'm from New York too, man. Do I get hated?
Hold on.
No, you're cool.
Hold on.
You missed the point.
The story is Eddie is a gritty.
Damn, my shit froze.
Grimy. He is gritty, grimy. He not the Mac. He not the glitz and glamour New York. He the dirt, grimy, gritty New York.
Like Hell's Kitchen, like.
Yeah, he the nigga that legitimately never had nothing, right?
Okay.
So the story of him having these belts. So this is a real life story, and I don't know if you ever covered it before on your show, but legitimately, he was selling his wrestling gear to pay his mortgage for his house during the pandemic. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like he a nigga who ain't never really have it together type shit. Like
that shit ain't gonna cross with a nigga from Katrina. I've been in Katrina.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Y'all ain't gotta fucking compare struggles. You can just ride the wave of y'all niggas struggled together, and he came from the bottom like you did.
That's true, but if it was a lame ass nigga was in Katrina, like I was in Katrina, he was a lame ass nigga that went in Katrina like me. That nigga just a lame ass nigga went the same struggle.
Damn,
My bad, bro. You ain't have a ham sandwich. Me either.
Damn,
But
yo, we can't do Eddie.
but you
Our guy Eddie
lame
like that,
too.
yo. Eddie,
Yo,
we
why are
love
you killing
man.
Eddie?
Respect to
You-
Eddie. Yo.
You've been
I
really
don't
killing Eddie
like
for 10
that
minutes.
nigga, man. I just don't like that nigga, bro. It's nothing. It may be something, but it's nothing now that could
You
just
know-
make me like that nigga, bro. I'm just sorry.
You know
but
what?
I
You know
I
what?
just can't do it.
He's got his ricochet.
He does have
No,
his
He's got his
ricochet.
he's got his ricochet. So I get it. I'm 100% with you. The way
You
I
got
feel
Ricochet?
about Ricochet is how, yeah, absolutely.
What do you think about Samantha?
Niggas.
Hey,
Oh, she's
Samantha,
great.
hey,
She's great. She's great.
hey, I can't say too much, but I can say a lot.
That's Ricochet
Hey,
right there. I gotta give him
real-
respect. Gotta give him
Real
respect.
quick.
That's
real-
the best
real
thing he
quick.
ever did in his life.
Best
Apparently,
commentator in the world.
I don't know if y'all saw, but apparently on NXT they dropped a promo, and the promo has something about a Japanese proverb.
Oh, I saw that
Oh,
just now. Yeah,
really?
the man
Yeah,
has three
yeah.
versions of himself.
Three fit-
Okada, hopefully he's on his way. We'll see.
We'll
We'll see.
Hey,
I'm-
so what's going on with TNA and WWE? Because they still got Naomi fucking round over there. Like what?
Naomi's
y'all
done
know-
Nah, that was
Yeah.
just a taping.
Yeah,
That was a
taping,
taping.
yeah.
Okay.
That was her last
Yeah.
appearance.
But I do
Yeah.
I do feel that they are probably going to do some type of, maybe not like all the time, but like I could see Natalya going over to TNA.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Nobody ever-
Please.
That must
Stop.
got Tony in a bind right now, right? Because TNA was Impact, TNA, New Japan,
Yeah.
Ring of Honor, All Elite. Like that was the conglomerate at one point in time, right?
They are the they are the hub.
Of the Forbidden Door and all that stuff.
I actually would like to.
Yeah.
I actually would like to see. Like, I think it would be a dope idea, like Mania weekend, if they did TNA versus like NXT.
That would be ill. I like that
Mm.
idea.
I think that'd be dope.
You know, like Jordan Grace never being in WWE and having her spot in the Royal Rumble, I thought was
Fit
a
perfectly.
huge nod.
Yo, she fit
to
in
TNA,
perfectly.
and she fit in perfect. She looked like a star for real, dog. So
Yeah.
I was definitely impressed with that. I think that's when her conscience is up, they're gonna pluck her real quick.
Oh, without
Yeah,
question.
because
Without
she
question.
showed out and showed it, showed up and showed out. She even said in an interview, who would you like to see come over there? She said Natalya, and she said also Ivy Nile. So those women because the women's roster is deep, though. Yo, the women's roster on NXT and the main roster is deep. So I could see them, saying, "All right, yo, you sent us Jordan Grace. We'll do some good business. We'll send you Natalya or Ivy Nile to get some rubs." They've done it with Evolve in the past, where they've sent people to Evolve, and the Street Profits have went there before. I know that they've worked with them in the past, and so I can see that happening with the women and even some of the men, who are not getting some time on TV.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they would be a perfect, like, they're past NXT, but they're not ready for the main roster. So why not send them over to a TNA? You know what I mean? Like you said, to get that additional rub, get that additional starlight. Jacob Fatu is a free agent now. He's officially done with MLW. He's free to sign anywhere. Do we see him WWE, AEW?
Go to
Might
NXT.
as well.
You said NXT. Okay.
Please.
Okay.
You saw what they did with Solo?
Jacob Fatu, Okada, Elio Dragunov, Carmelo, Trick
Crazy.
Williams. That's a roster right there.
I actually like the idea of him going to AEW and like the bloodline, not necessarily calling it the bloodline, but like an extension of that across the entire main
But
promotions.
who would he be with? Like, who would he be aligned with? Just himself?
Just himself.
You know how many of them there are?
I
I
was
know
gonna
there's
say,
a lot. There's a lot.
You got because that GCW show he teamed with Umaga's son, Zilla Fatu. I believe.
Fatu,
Yeah.
okay.
They got
So-
Zilla.
He went
They got
crazy in that
Lance. Yo,
He did.
Zilla's a
He did.
beast.
Yo, Jacob
It
is
was-
Jacob.
Yo.
Zilla's good too, but Jacob went crazy, yo. I didn't know he was that athletic because I haven't watched a lot of him.
Oh, nah, he goes hard.
Nah, he goes
That boy is
hard.
nice.
He
That boy nice.
He goes dumb, yo, and
Yeah.
he takes it. What's crazy? The whole family got that backstory of Jay told the story as well, where he was kind of down and out a little bit, him and his wife at the time, and he was bouncing between houses, and Umaga just grabbed him by the collar. It was like, yo, if you want to do this, you gotta come with me right now. You know what I'm saying? Jacob's that same way. You know what I'm saying? Where he was in the Bay, he saw the Usos, doing good, and he was doing bad, and nigga was like, "It's here, the gym. You got a key to the gym." You know what I'm saying? Like it was that type, and for him to take that leap and doing what he's doing now, and Booker doing what he can to, get him in the door. I don't think he'll squander it because
absolutely.
And even to like take it even further back, like there's that story Rikishi told when like I think it was either like his first or second year at WWE, like him and his kid, like his family just like had no heat, like it's a wintertime. And he was like, Yokozuna just gave him a blank check and was like, yo, do what you need to do. You know what I mean? Like that family's very like they would it. And the last topic before we roll out of here, Mick Foley did an interview saying that he wants to lose 100 pounds and do one last match. And not just one. And not just one. And not just one more match. He wants to lose 100 pounds and do a death match for his final match ever. How are we feeling about seeing Mick Foley one more time?
Shit, it's gonna be a death match, goddamn. I'm be shit, goddamn, like that brother. Hey, bro, old as fuck, like goddamn, like
58 years old.
58, dog. That's crazy.
Mick ain't got no knees no more.
I like him to lose the weight of 100 pounds, and I'm down with that. But I just want him to be healthy, bro. Like more than anything,
Yeah,
like just
100%.
You don't gotta do it, but I don't want him to hurt himself. That's all. And
don't lose the 100 pounds and then do a death match. Like what do Dewey and Nicole have any like what like? They know. You know what I'm saying?
So
my point is like why? Like why would you want to do that shit? Like
for the love of the game. That's why.
We just talked about the Rock coming back.
Nigga, give me.
I love basketball and boxing. Like I love it. But I'm 33 years old. When I go to LA Fitness, yeah, I can hit a couple of threes. But I'm not crossing the niggas the same way I am before.
I agree.
When I go into these boxing gym and sparring, my jab is not as quick as it was before. Like,
You know who would be the perfect opponent for Mick? Eddie Kingston.
That'll be dope.
Yeah.
To who?
Mick Foley and Eddie Kingston.
Nah, man.
He's just trying to get me mad.
No. If we hold on. If we
it worked.
Hold on. If we telling the story, though,
it worked. I'm pissed off. For real.
If you want to tell a story, we can have an all Japan, like no ropes, exploding ring death match. I think Eddie Kingston would do it justice. I think Eddie Kingston and Cactus Jack. I think that would.
I'm glad you mentioned Eddie Kingston, bro, because me and Chris, we talked about it. I said, what is Eddie Kingston to AEW? He's the Mick Foley to AEW. That's what I always say, because
that's a good point.
He's the underdog, like who's not the super athletic dude. He's a brawler. That
lost him.
What is AEW to AEW? Hey, you talking about what?
That's a whole other story, bro.
What the fuck is AEW to AEW? That shit is nothing no more, bro. Like, man,
AEW was so lit back in 2019, 2020, and like when it started getting off the ground.
About shit like y'all in the college, the clubs, man. The girls used to dance in 2019, 2020. What are y'all talking about, bro? What are y'all talking about?
Hey,
AEW just had a death match where a nigga drinking nigga blood, dude. What are y'all talking about? These niggas is lit.
I'm just saying the energy behind. I'm not saying that was lit. That was lit.
To you, my brother.
It's not the same right now. You would agree that the energy.
That Revolution. AEW, look, that Revolution card is looking looking prime. Like it's looking.
What is it? What is it so far?
I think you got Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong.
Mhm.
I'm positive they're gonna do Danielson and Kingston. They're setting up Garcia and Christian Cage. Obviously, Sting's retirement match.
Tony Storm and Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm sure they're gonna do a triple threat between
I hope it's a
Joe,
triple threat, please.
Joe,
Yeah.
Swerve, and Hangman. You know what I mean? So like
Mhm.
that card looking right. It's looking healthy.
Sting's last match, sadly, is probably going to be the Young Bucks.
Steve Martin,
Man, how many last matches that nigga really had though?
Sting, he's never declared a retirement match.
He's never properly had the retirement. Seth and delicately put that
Made
put
him
that
go
together.
into it.
Yeah. And AEW was his resurgence. So I think to you guys' point, granted, I am not the caper for AEW. I kind of am, but
it flipped. I don't know when it flipped, but like when me and him at AEW, if like one day I became the guy who was anti, and he was like caping for.
Well, okay, so I listened to Tony Khan on a Levitard show a lot, and I haven't gotten the factuation with him, but he is again he's an everyman. You know what I'm saying? He's over his head, and I do give him credit with that. Now, when you say he has to give up some power and whoopie whoop, nigga, which one of us would ever come into like we're billionaire's son? We developed a wrestling company. We have access and phone numbers, and who the fuck is giving up power, dude? Like honestly, like he's running the shit like how I would, to be quite honest.
Can
So
at
like
least stop tweeting. That's the only thing I'm asking.
Nah, nigga, nigga. The only reason I stopped tweeting is because I got married, bro. But honestly, you think me being, you think me running a if I was running a wrestling cup, shit, me, you crazy. Tony Khan doing it light, nigga. I can say nigga on Twitter. I mean, nigga, what? Nigga.
Yeah, as the owner of the company, you got to operate a certain way,
bro. I'm not TKO.
I'll be
not publicly traded.
You'll never be publicly traded the way he talking online. He acting like a fucking complete mark dog.
Yeah, he acting like a little bitch.
Yo,
but
y'all will call me that, honestly.
Goodness gracious.
Like, act like a little
nah,
bitch out there.
Tony Khan.
But this is what I would say. I would tweet you back, nigga, what? Because Tony Khan can't say that. When niggas say Tony Khan act like a bitch,
and they'll say, nigga, you acting like a bitch right after
like,
that.
Nigga, what? Nigga, what?
Hey, but that's one point. That's one point that I didn't think of when I criticized Tony, because he is like, there's one thing we can't say about Tony. We can't say he ain't a legit and authentic wrestling fucking fan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he's a legit wrestling fan that has a company, but at the same time, he is a little bitch.
And and the reason why we say that is because he can't say no. Right. And that is the difference of when we say wrestling companies are a monolith of how everything, right? Okada left New Japan, right? Nobody, like, we talking about lifers, right? We talking about Bill Belichick and the Patriots, nigga. Like, we talking about, we ain't never thought we was gonna see Okada not represent New Japan Pro Wrestling. This nigga about to come to WWE. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's and it's because of management as well, right? It's become a management. It's because of money. He's getting paid short change out there. He came over to America and was like, y'all live like this? Y'all get paid what? To do what? You know what I'm saying? Like
surfing with goddamn Shinsuke.
Shinsuke said the water is always cold here, cuz.
Oh, mama.
Yo, Shinsuke said a title, nigga, TV time, shit. Surf anytime I want, hit overtime. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you know how much yen he's sending back home? Nigga, you crazy.
Oh, bro.
It's main event time. We got Trick Willie and Ilya main event.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
Oh, they going to a clean 20.
Yeah.
Clean 20, but
oh yeah, they about to go crazy.
Yeah, and I do want to see it, so I am going to wrap the episode up. You know what I mean? Because I do want to tap in. But before we go, brothers, we love y'all, man. Truly.
Yes, we do. We definitely love y'all.
The feeling's mutual.
It's always
brother.
fun.
I was just look.
It's nothing that makes my day when I say something on the Facebook Live, and y'all say something back. Y'all be like, "Hey, that's DMac right now." I'm like, "Shit, it is me."
No, I was just I was telling my girl the other day about the impromptu podcast we did at WrestleMania in the parking lot. You know what I mean? The legendary vibes, man. But
the legendary picture we took, yeah, man.
Niggas couldn't get a lift for like 2 days out in that.
Remember that nigga that pulled up on us?
Podcast, dude. We was.
The white dude, yeah.
I was still like, can we, man, get
the white dude from Iowa.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit was fun. But yeah, man, listen, I'm gonna try to see if we can make it out to Philly. You know, I'm not sure if I'm going to the actual main event of WrestleMania, but guys, it'll be great if you guys show up. I'm definitely gonna try to link up with y'all. You know, pull up.
Going to Wale Mania?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we're trying to do if we can make it out there.
I'm gonna see. I was looking at. I'm like, damn, VIP tickets. Goddamn.
How much does VIP cost?
They a lot.
Bro, it ain't worth to be snooty. I can tell you that. Y'all niggas, I ain't paying $75 to be snooty. I better be able to throw some ass and let me blow some weed in there. You know.
Word up.
But look, y'all know y'all always have a spot on this, especially now that we're visual. You know what I mean? Anytime we can do this, you know, y'all have an open invitation.
Thank you.
Open
Run
invitation.
in anytime you like.
Yeah.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
We need a hot tag.
So before we go, tell the people where they can find you. You know what I mean? Socials. You know what I mean? When the podcast drop, all that.
Oh shit! Y'all can find us at RW Podcast 1 on Twitter. Reasonable Wrestling Podcast everywhere else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that. The podcast comes out every Sunday. Just hit the notification. Sometimes we do it after football. Sometimes we do it before football. Sometimes we do it before Madden, after Madden. You know what I'm saying? But we always get it done on Sundays. It's like homework. You know, I always got to get it in right before the week starts. So Sundays, you can catch us. You know what I'm saying? Cheaty goes live sometimes, gives his broad takes on Tuesdays. Man, you know
we genuinely are trying to get more content out. As a resolution of mine, put more content out for y'all because we've been taking a little dip over past year, trying to get more selfish about our lives. But now we want to get more back out there. So yeah, check us out on YouTube, Regional Wrestling Podcast.
No, I had kids. I kept getting them because I had to change shitty diapers and feed these hungry niggas Zaxby's and shit. I would love to record more. These dogs running down the street and shit. Listen, we trying.
But just yeah, we got lives, man, for real. But we want to be more out there, front facing. So we'll be doing more content. Definitely like, subscribe, and follow us everywhere. All our medias of socialness, Facebook, Twitter is RW Podcast 1, but everywhere else, Instagram, YouTube, it's Reasonable Wrestling Podcast, Reasonable Wrestling. You find us.
Yes, yeah, and then of course you can find me, PoeticScotland, on X. You can find me on Scotland _ Underwood on Instagram.
You can find me at Raleoftheleaf on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the 2 pod pages at bgwpod.
You can find me goddamn in your girl DMs, but if not, you find me on Twitter and Instagram at DMacTardy.
And of course, you can find Chaz, if I'm not mistaken, my man Zoe. Well, his links are in the bio. You know what I mean? Chaz is a genius. You'll find him. You know what I mean? Yeah. But so like we said at the beginning of the show, there will be an episode. It won't be a long episode. It'll probably just be me. Like I said, the Super Bowl's next week, so obviously not going to get the traction that we want, but we want to stay consistent as well. So unless we got anything else, fellas.
Nah.
We good?
Nah, all's love. Everything was wrestling. Let's take it home and watch some. Hopefully, you can get trick a dub tonight.
Mellow turning. Right? Melo's
Oh,
turning.
Melo turning hat.
Yeah, we getting a Melo
Melo's
turn.
turning. Melo
Yo,
turning.
yeah.
Yo, I saw how the
Hello
match
gang is over. What?
Let's
Already?
live
game done.
let's live tweet this. Let's put bets on this. Melo
And
turn.
they're already bleeding, yo. It's crazy. It's been
Yeah,
physical.
yeah. Jagganoff nose already bleeding, man.
Oh,
I'm about to
yeah,
say,
let's
Melo.
get it. Let's get it.
Let's lock it down. Until
All right,
next
man,
time, we are out.
Peace out
Peace.
to
Peace
my
out.
world.
World. Hey.
Yes, sir.